Okay. Where we gotta go? Oh, that's why. Okay. I gotta do... Okay. Yeah.
If you must venture southwest, stay clear of Volskike. It's a cursed place. A tomb where the dead still live.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. A letter. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
You're someone who can... Good work. A simple job, but it keeps the coin rolling in. Here's your share.
Missile guns? Or is it unguard?
Cozy little place, isn't it? Very good. Though I suspect there's more wherever he came from. We cannot afford to relax. I found another beast hiding from the light of day. He's holed up with a group of necromancers.
I think it's time.
We need to destroy him before he turns his comrades into a brood of vampires.
I've been avoiding it. I think that's what I'm
Take care of yourself.
I think it's time. Now let's complete that. I gotta get outside.
An orc follows to the death. You need my strength again? I'll be home.
I'm ready if you are. Come on, it's just around the side.
What was the thing called? Clairvoyance, that's what it is. Let's keep that.
Yeah, just around this bend. Doesn't look so big from down here. I mean, it is big, but even bigger.
Okay. Yeah, I don't need that. Okay. Alright, get your revenge. I'll take it. I'll take that.
Take a left up here. This is one of those
How the hell did he hit me from that? Hold on. I'm going round and round. And we went. La-dee-da-da-da-da-da. Keep going back into the same layer. What am I doing wrong here? am I doing around? Oh, okay, hold on, maybe? Yes, okay. Maybe I go right. I know those fuckers are gonna come to life at some point. So, I think this is where I wanted to go. No, I went. Hold on. Skyrim. I'm very much confused right now. Alright, you know what? Clairvoyance. Okay, alright. Problem solved.
What happened to this place? Everything's been torn down. The whole place looks, well, dead. It's like we're the first to set foot here in centuries. This used to lead over castles to the wall.
Ah. Okay.
This was my mother's wedding. Do you know how beautiful something can be when it's tended by a master for hundreds of years?
No,
She would have
no.
hated to see it like this.
I don't really know.
Wait,
Okay.
something's wrong with the moon dial here. Some of the crests are missing and the dial is askew. I didn't even know the
The
crests
dial's askew.
Maybe my mother's trying to tell us something.
Yeah, no, she's telling you the dial's askew. There's the third one. That's where I came in from. I told you, it's gotta be around here somewhere. Ah. Alright.
I'm telling you, there's something strange with the moon dial.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
Very clever, Mother. Very clever. I've never been in those tunnels before, but I bet they'd run right under the courtyard and into the tower ruins. Well, at least we're getting closer. Let's go.
Life is but a dream, sweetheart.
We're getting close. I'm sure of it. We're getting close. I'm sure of it.
Let's complete that.
I've never even seen this part of the castle before. Be careful. I don't know what might be around. There. We're getting close. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, you've been saying that for the last 55 minutes. That's it? There's nothing through here? Yeah.
Who's there? That'll teach you. best of me.
Sounds like he's right in front of me. We gotta go up.
Get it now while we can.
Get it now while we can. Yeah. Good pussy.
That'll teach you.
Where am I going? I feel like I'm going around in circles. That's what it kind of feels like. Ah. That makes sense. He's definitely gonna spawn out at some point, I gotta imagine. What? Wait. Hold on.
We're getting close. Sure of it.
Yeah, I've heard that before, but I still don't know exactly where I'm supposed to go. It keeps directing me out there, but I feel like that's not right. So I pulled that. What did it do? Okay, it opened that.
We're getting close. I'm sure of it.
Okay, there we go.
Who's there?
Oh, it was so close.
I'm sure I heard something. Where'd you come from? What is this guy?
But what was through there? So I unlocked that door. What is in here?
Tough day for you.
No. Where the fuck am I now? I kind of want to go back. Because I have no idea where that's going to put. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just go with it.
We're getting close. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, I'm sure you're sure of it. We gotta get up there and through there. So... do I have to go, man? I feel like I'm just getting spun around here.
don't think we've reached the top yet. I bet there's some kind of secret passage around here. We're getting close. I'm sure of it. We're getting close. I'm sure of it. We're getting close. I'm sure of it.
I don't know what the fuck to do here.
We're getting close. I'm sure of it. We're getting close. I'm sure of it.
Okay.
It's my mother. Always smarter than I gave her credit for. Look at this place. This has to be it. I knew she was deep into necromancy. I mean, she taught me everything I know. But I had no idea she had a setup like this. Look at all this. She must have spent years collecting these components. And what's this thing? I'm not sure about this circle, but it's obviously something. Let's take a look around. There has to be something here that tells us where she's gone. My mother was meticulous about her research. If we can find her notes, there might be some hints in there. Not that I ever saw. My mother had a bit of a thing for magical constructs. Not what you're thinking. She just found them fascinating. I had no idea her laboratory even existed. She had an alchemy set up in her drawing room, but nothing that even comes close to what's here. Looking at the equipment and materials, it looks like she was trying to advance her necromancy. I don't know. Certainly not longevity. Kind of a waste of time for a vampire. There's not a whole lot to tell. You've already seen my father's obsession. My mother's not a whole lot better, but you'll see that soon enough. My father... No, not really. I did spend a lot of time with my mother, but she saw me more like a protege than a daughter. What about you? What were your parents like? I know how that feels. I mean, I know it isn't the same thing, but I was a pretty lonely child myself. It is. Let's just keep going.
Up some shit. I got the feeling.
Keep searching for her notes. She probably had a journal or something.
Yeah, well, where the fuck is it? Up through here? I don't think so.
Keep searching for her notes. She probably had a journal or something. Any luck yet? Well, growing up the way I did, you get used to it. No, they didn't. That's why I like being out here with you. But what about you? Yeah. Is it just you, or do you have people in your life? Does it bother you that I'm here? Me too. Anyway, this is all very touching, but don't we have some more important things to worry about right now? Any luck yet? You did? Let me see them. I only know what she told me. She had a theory about soul gems, that the souls inside of them don't just vanish when they're used. They end up in the soul cairn. The soul cairn is home to very powerful beings. Necromancers send them souls and receive powers of their own in return. My mother spent a lot of time trying to contact them directly, to travel to the soul cairn itself. That circle in the center of the room is definitely some type of portal. If I'm reading this right, there's a formula here that should give us safe passage into the soul cairn. A handful of soul gem shards, some finely ground bone meal, a good bit of purified fluid salts.
The one thing I didn't pick up.
Damn it.
The bone meal.
We're also going to need a sample of her blood, which, if we could get that, we wouldn't even be trying to do this in the first place. Not bad. We'd better hope that's good enough. Mistakes with these kind of portals can be gruesome. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get started. Oh, definitely. Mother would have plenty of those materials in her laboratory. You just need to find them.
Good.
Then the rest is up to me. Are you ready to go? I'm not entirely sure what this thing is going to do when I add my blood.
Yeah, no.
Of course. What is it? I've been asking myself the same thing since we came back to the castle. She was so sure of what we did to my father. I couldn't help but go along with her. I never thought of the cost. Neither do I. She always seemed happy before we heard the prophecy. Then it all changed. She became a different person. They both did. Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. I just didn't expect anyone to care how I felt about her. Thank you. Are we ready then? All right, here goes. Created a portal in a soul cairn. Incredible. Incredible. Simply incredible. The soul cairn is a tiny sliver of oblivion, the realm of the Daedra. It's ruled by unseen beings known as the Ideal Masters. Honestly, I don't know. Necromancers are always interested in souls, though, so that probably has some kind of interest. Nobody really knows. As far as I've heard, no one's seen them and returned to Tamriel to tell about it. I've read stories about fools that manage to communicate with them. You give the Ideal Masters souls, they give you powers to summon the undead. It's all very businesslike. Because most of the stories end with the Ideal Masters duping the necromancers, who end up dead or wishing they were dead. I'm ready when you are.
What the hell is going on here?
Are you alright? That looked painful. Now that I think about it, I should have expected that. Sorry. It's hard to describe. The soul cairn is, well, hungry, for lack of a better word. It's trying to take your life essence as payment. There might be, but I don't think you're going to like it. Vampires aren't counted among the living. I could probably go through there without a problem. Not your first choice, I guess? Maybe. We could just pay the toll another way. It wants a soul, so we give it a soul. Yours.
What?
My mother taught me a trick or two. I could partially soul trap you and offer that gem to the Ideal Masters. It might be enough to satisfy them. It would make you a bit weaker when we travel through the soul cairn, but we might be able to fix that once we're inside. Maybe. I'm sorry. I wish I knew a better way, something that would be easier for you. Just know that whatever path you choose, I won't think any less of you. Sometimes things just have to be done. I know that better than anybody.
Ooh, so what should I do here? Become a vampire or become partially soul trapped? Become a vampire or become partially soul trapped? Okay. Partially soul trapped it is.
Have you made up your mind? Are you sure? I'm willing to do it, but you need to think it through. You'll remain mortal, but you'll find yourself weakened within the soul cairn. I know this is difficult for you. I hope you trust me. I'd never do anything that could hurt you.
Ooh.
Thank you. Let's not waste any more time then. I promise to make this as painless as possible. Hold still.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. My mother must be waiting on the other side of that thing. Look at this place. I can't imagine choosing to come here. My mother must have been...
Must stay away from the keepers. Must stay away from the keepers. This is no place for you. Is there no end to this nightmare?
Where'd you come from?
I must return to the frontline Alessian headquarters at once. Lives are hanging in the balance. What a horrible place. This is no place for you. There's no escape.
This guy. What?
Who's there? I knew I heard something. Still remember how to fight. Still remember how to fight.
That could be no other rest.
How the hell do I get in there? There's gotta be a way. Right, what's that over there? Let's see. What is that up there? Hang on. What is it? Something splint? Whirlwind sprint, I think. Yes.
What? Nakast!
Really? Think she was. Come on. Come on.
What? Nakast!
What are we gonna do here? How do I open that door? There's gotta be a way. It's gotta have something to do with that. Alright, whatever. Let's just get to where we want to go.
The screams, they pierce my mind. I can't stand it. This is no place for you.
What's up here?
Who's there?
There could be no other rest.
Look at this place. I can't imagine choosing to come here. My mother must have been terrified.
So those things have something to do, I don't know what, but I gotta find out. Okay, so...
soul gem. That's what it was. Then, I must be... Oh no.
Let's keep moving. I feel like we're being watched.
I do need to eat
You'd think a
something.
vampire would be right at home in this place. You'd be wrong. Let's just find my mother and get out of here, quickly. Let's keep moving. I feel like we're being watched. I feel terrible for the dead hand up here for eternity. Seems awful. Like they're still suffering. Look at this place. I can't imagine choosing to come here. I must have been terrified. Look at this place. I can't imagine choosing to come here. My mother must have been terrified.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, that's gonna be harder that I can tell. Go back there? No, I cannot go back there.
Mother? Mother!
Can't be. Serana?
Is it really you? I can't believe it. How do we get inside? We have to talk.
Serana, what are you doing here? Where's your father?
He doesn't know we're here. I don't have time to explain.
I must have failed. Harkon's found a way to decipher the prophecy, hasn't he?
No, you've got it all wrong. We're here to stop him. To make everything right.
Wait a moment. You've brought a stranger here? Have you lost your mind?
No, you don't...
You, come forward. I would speak with you.
So how has it come to pass that a vampire hunter is in the company of my daughter? It pains me to think you'd travel with Serana under the guise of her protector in an effort to hunt me down. Coming from one who murders vampires as a trade, I find it hard to believe your intentions are noble. Serana has sacrificed everything to prevent Harkon from completing the prophecy. I would have expected her to explain that to you. You think I'd have the audacity to place my own daughter in that tomb for the protection of her Elder Scroll alone? The scrolls are merely a means to an end. The key to the tyranny of the sun is Serana herself. When I fled Castle Volkihar, I fled with 2 Elder Scrolls. The scroll I presume you found with Serana speaks of Ariel and his arcane weapon, Ariel's bow. The second scroll declares that the blood of Cold Harbor's daughter will blind the eye of the dragon.
Yeah, I would agree.
Like myself, Serana was a human once. We were devout followers of Lord Molig Bal. Tradition dictates the females be offered to Molig Bal on his summoning day. Few survive the ordeal. Those that do emerge as a pure-blooded vampire. We call such confluences the Daughters of Cold Harbor. Now you're beginning to see why I wanted to protect Serana, and why I've kept the other Elder Scroll as far from her as possible. If Harkon obtained Ariel's bow, and Serana's blood was used to taint the weapon, the tyranny of the sun would be complete. In his eyes, she'd be dying for the good of all vampires. And how exactly do you plan on stopping him? Have you been listening to me? Like Serana, I'm a pure-blooded vampire. My presence on Tamriel is as much of a danger as hers. You care nothing for Serana, or our plight. Whether or not you've become one of us in order to survive the Soul Cairn, you're still a vampire hunter at heart. You're here because we're abominations in your mind. Evil creatures that need to be destroyed. Serana? This stranger aligns himself with those that would hunt you down and slay you like an animal. Yet I should entrust you to him.
This stranger has done more for me in the brief time I've known him than you've done in centuries.
How dare you? I gave up everything I cared about to protect you from that fanatic you call a father.
Yes, he's a fanatic. He's changed. But he's still my father. Why can't you understand how that makes me feel?
Serana, if you'd only open your eyes. The moment your father discovers your role in the prophecy, that he needs your blood, you'll be in terrible danger.
So to protect me, you decided to shut me away from everything I cared about. You never asked me if hiding me in that tomb was the best course of action. You just expected me to follow you blindly. Both of you were obsessed with your own paths. Your motivations might have been different, but in the end, I'm still just a pawn to you two. I want us to be a family again. But I don't know if we can ever have that. Maybe we don't deserve that kind of happiness. Maybe it isn't for us. But we have to stop him, before he goes too far. And to do that, we need the Elder Scroll.
I'm sorry, Serana. I didn't know. I didn't see. I've allowed my hatred of your father to estrange us for too long. Forgive me. If you want the Elder Scroll, it's yours.
Oh, okay.
Your intentions are still somewhat unclear to me. But for Serana's sake, I'll assist you in any way that I can. Yes, I've kept it safely secured here ever since I was imprisoned. Fortunately, you're in a position to breach the barrier that surrounds these ruins. You need to locate the tallest of the rocky spires that surround these ruins. At their bases, the barrier's energy is being drawn from unfortunate souls that have been exiled here. Destroy the keepers that are tending them, and it should bring the barrier down.
So yeah, so those are
One
those
more word of warning. There's a dragon that calls itself Durnevere roaming the cairn. Be wary of him. The Ideal Masters have charged him with overseeing the keepers, and will undoubtedly intervene if you're perceived as a threat. Harkon's vision is a world plunged in eternal darkness, where the vampire can flourish, and never again fear the tyranny of the sun. What he fails to realize is how much attention would be called to our kind if the prophecy came to fruition. If eternal night fell, there are many who wouldn't stand for it. They would raise armies in attempts to return things to normal. The order of the day would be our destruction, until every last vampire was hunted down and eliminated. I do. It's how the vampire has survived for millennia, and the only way we can continue to survive in the future. When I entered the Soul Cairn, I had intended to strike a bargain with the Ideal Masters, the custodians of this place. I requested refuge in the Soul Cairn, and in exchange, I would provide the Ideal Masters the souls that they craved. If I had foreseen the value they placed on my own soul, I would never have come here. The Ideal Masters unleashed their keepers and sent them to destroy me. Fortunately, I was able to hold them at bay and retreat into these ruins. Unfortunately, yes. Since the keepers weren't able to claim my soul, they had their minions construct a barrier that I'd never be able to breach. Time has very little meaning to me. Consequently, it has little meaning to the Ideal Masters as well. I suppose you could call this the ultimate waiting game, each watching the other to see which will give in. I know very little about them. They're mystic entities that lord over the Soul Cairn, controlling every aspect from its fabric to its appearance. Well, some necromancers believe they are the crystalline structures dotting the Soul Cairn. I believe there's more to it than that. I think they transcend what we perceive as a physical form. Perhaps they were once corporeal beings, but they've obviously reached a point where they no longer require a tangible presence. Conduits, through which the Ideal Masters speak to their underlings and feed on their victims.
Ridiculous.
The Ideal Masters' weakness is their insatiable hunger for pure souls. It's the reason for the Soul Cairn's existence, and the only leverage a necromancer has when bargaining with them. The ability to summon powerful undead guardians, as one would conjure an Atronak or Daedra. However, the majority of necromancers that are foolish enough to enter into a bargain with the Ideal Masters wind up here as harvested souls. As you've been traveling in the Soul Cairn, your body has become attuned to it. Let's just say a tiny part of you rubbed off on it, and in its place, a bit of the Soul Cairn filled the void. You should find no difficulty using the portal any longer. Be careful, and keep my daughter safe.
Let's kill those keeper things and get back to the prison. I'm glad you're here. I don't think I could be doing this alone. Relieved, I think. All those things have been building for a while. You have no idea how long I wanted to say that to her. Look, I loved my father, but when he found that prophecy, that became his life. Everything else, even me and my mother, we just became clutter. I was close with my mother, but she just kept feeding me her opinions of him, and eventually I started believing them. The moment we gave ourselves to Molik Bal, things got really icy between them. They were both drunk with power, and pulling in different directions. And then he found that prophecy, and that was it. I was. Honestly, it took me up until now to figure out that my mother was really just as bad as he was. He was obsessed with power. She was obsessed with seeing him fail. It was just so toxic. Maybe I could have seen this coming. We could all be better off now. Oh, they definitely were. I just wonder if that meant it was my job to be giving. Anyway, we should keep moving.
What am I doing here? Oh, there we go. Kill Boneyard Keepers, seal free. It's outside. Alright, let's do this.
What? Nakast!
The hell is that? Do I need to follow it?
Madness. It was madness to attack that coven of witches. Why didn't they listen to me? Is there no end to this nightmare?
I can't believe we found my mother alive.
I can't remember how long I've been here. Has it been a day? Or a century?
I wonder if my family misses me. I wonder if they're still alive. How much time has passed?
Who's there? Just kill those keepers and get back to the prison.
Am I missing something? Can't locate from open map. I don't know. Whatever. Alright. I think it's time to get some food in my belly. Yeah, let's do a save. Adios.